What's up, y'all? This is 10X Generation. This is my road to $1 billion. I'm building a decentralized cloud gaming platform so you can rent time on other people's computers. It's a part of the whole Web3 thing. But before I go into any updates about that, I wanted to talk about how you may not really want, well, I'll just speak for myself. I may not really want the responsibility of my dreams, of my wishes, right? I want to have a company. This has been a dream of mine since I was a young person. I want a company, I want to have employees, I want to build something amazing and distribute it throughout the world. And I'm like, I'm actually pretty close to that end goal. I'm pretty close. Yet there's a barrier, and there's always a barrier. I think most of business, most of this stuff is mental. Um, but yeah, there's a barrier, and I meditated last night about what that barrier could be. Why do I feel this a little bit of resistance, right? Why do I feel this resistance in moving on to the next stage in the business, which involves getting employees, involves actually building a business rather than a sole proprietorship. And I had a dream where me and a whole bunch of other people were like stuck in some abandoned building or some uninhabited island or something like that. And there was this person who was wanting to be a dictator, right? You got to create some sort of organization, some sort of structure in order to divvy up tasks and everything. And there was this one person who really wanted to be the dictator and was kind of forcing everybody to go along their way. And I was like, no, this is not how you do this. The way you're supposed to do it is have like a democracy. We figure out what the majority of the people want, who they want as a leader, and then we choose them, and then they have reign. And the person was like, okay, let's do that. But then when it was time for election, they were the only person running. And I was like, and I felt this pressure within the dream to be the leader, to be the boss, to be the guy, doing the shots, because nobody liked this other guy, but he was the only one stepping up to the plate. And that's kind of where the dream ended. And my interpretation from that dream, I think it's very clear, is that I don't want the responsibility for being the guy in charge. When I have this company and I have employees, not only do I have to be on my game, but I have to be so on my game that I can allow other people to be on their game, right? I will have to pay people on time. I will have to give people meaningful work. I will have to, when people aren't able to do their work or whatever, I have to supply them with the resources in order to do their work effectively. There's a lot of responsibility in that. It's way easier just to sit on the sidelines and criticize the main guy, the guy actually risking or taking the stressful job. And that's where I'm at right now. Well, maybe not, it may not be exactly where I'm at right now, but I can see it approaching, right? I can see it. Because once I release this Neon Arcade, right? Once I get a couple of users using it, the next step is to get employees. And I talked about this in some of my previous videos. But I do feel that I'm a little inadequate right now to be able to do that. So there's nervousness. Even just talking about it, my hands are sweating. So a part of me doesn't really, the next step to reaching where I want to go, I don't really want the responsibility. I don't want the pressure. I don't want all that on me. I just want the benefits of the business. But that's not how it works. You gotta, either it's all or nothing. So I'm gonna continue meditating and praying and working on those set of skills to ease that and chug forward now that I know what the issue is. But as you guys know, I'm posting this on December 31st, which is the new year, 2025, or New Year's Eve. And I want to go over some of my resolutions. So I actually had a resolutions list maybe about 2 weeks ago, but that resolution list has changed. It was four things. Four things. First, I wanted to get closer with God. Two, I wanted to increase my inputs and outputs. So I want to be putting out more stuff and I want to be making more money. Two, three, I wanted to continue on with my hobbies. So I like playing the piano and guitar, and I like drawing. Well, I want to get more into drawing. I'm not a super big fan of drawing, but it just seems like a cool skill to have. Three, and keep all the good habits I've had last year. Because I had, this last year has been amazing in terms of mental health, in terms of self-reflection, but not so much in terms of business. But in these 2 weeks, I've decided to modify it. Number one was God, and I may get some flack for this, but unfortunately, me reading through the Bible has made me less of a believer in that particular God, and more of a believer of my own brand of God, right? So, yeah. So that's that. So I'm gonna keep the rest of the three. I want to keep the previous habits from last year. I want to put more energy into my hobbies. We have piano, guitar, drawing, right? And not do frivolous stuff. So video games, movie watching, TV show watching. Like I don't want to. It's just getting boring at this point. I don't really care. Like it was boring a year ago, and it's just like brain dead now. So I'd rather do that other stuff. So I'm increasing my own ability at least. Unless I'm with other people, I'll watch TV shows and have fun with other people. But by myself, I'm not doing that. And so keep my habits, hobbies, and increase inputs and outputs. This is the most important thing. This next year is about money. Last year was about mental health. I said I'm going to 100x the year, and I do think in terms of exercise, in terms of health, in terms of wellness, mental acuity, all these things, I have 100x those things, because for a lot of those things they were a big fat zero, and now I'm not at zero, so more than 100x, undefined x. Anyway, but this year's about money, because I didn't make a whole lot of money last year. This year's about money, so I want to increase my outputs, I want to increase my inputs, and I want to go crazy this year 2025. So, but that's really it. That's really it. Yeah, I'm still working on the decentralized cloud gaming platform. Of course, it's taking a little bit longer than I thought it was, and I didn't account for the holidays, because it is the holidays. So it is taking a little bit more time than I thought, but that's okay. But yeah, this is just a quick update video. Thank you all so much for watching. This is 10X Generation, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh, and Happy New Year. I hope you guys have a phenomenal year next year. I hope you guys had a phenomenal set of celebrations for this time, and I hope you guys are 100x better next year. And yeah, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I see that those things really, I guess it puts me in the algorithm or something. But I do also like the little small knit of people who do watch me, so I'm grateful for those. Just do what you want, but I hope you guys have fun doing whatever you're doing. So whatever. Thank you all so much for watching. This is 10X Generation, and I'll see you guys next time.